Pierre, I can't take the suit. You will need it too. I don't feel right. Stay with me.
I see it now. I didn't see what was getting ready in the shadow. No, leave them alone. Looks like science, but I can't decipher what's written. This nightmare again. Damn. When dust settles on your sport trophies, it doesn't mean you are getting younger. I miss listening to Pierre. Pierre's tape collection. Might even find some of the music he made for me. I could use the comforting. You come with me, my friend. It would get lonely without you. It's so dusty here. I could use a vacuum to clean the vacuum. My life turned into round and round we go, stuck at the same track. I remember he got stuck once when the electricity shut down in the city. Forgot. Apparently they installed a second. The extra current could help me out in my search for the other inhabitants. Let's check it out today. If I get you back, I'll let you have the remote. I promise. Brand new. And a superb tool to stay busy. After each storm, free heating. Another undeniable friend. It would be easy to get lost with. I always forget to drink. I know I can always find the things I leave in here. believe we moved. The worst part is, we most likely have doubles. I left my gun in the shanty yesterday. Time to get it back. Without you, I wouldn't stand a second out there. Last time was very close. I need to keep up with my training. The former owner had to do a lot of tinkering to screw up such a mess. Time to shoot some cans. Let's start with the red one. Or the yellow one. Nah, the blue one. Definitely the blue one. Good to go. And missed it. Now, let's warm up for some dodging. Okay, I'm ready. Now! Better be faster. That hurt. Now, rappel training. Next time, you will think twice about getting your house in space. I'm glad this thing... With all these storms, the previous tenant didn't know what...
Training's over. Getting out there seems a little bit less scary now.
Can't open without more stable electricity. Nothing interesting in this old garage anyway. I better be home before the night. Nah, nothing of interest in these cars.
This watch creeps me out.
Thomas Levins. When things get back to normal, you'll have plenty to do, my friend. You again?
At the edge of this cliff stands the famous flower. It was given by its owner to the village, which still contributes. Still inhabited, the building is regularly open for heritage events. When you care for plants, time flies. I wish it was that simple. Left, the white. Right, St. Exel. Attention, following the latest storm, certain trees marked with an orange cross present a risk of fall. These can fall due to the slightest gust of wind. The village really isn't investing in its infrastructure, and storms make it even more problematic. This tree was marked to be felled. It could make a nice bridge. It's hurt, but that won't be enough. A storm could help. Whew. Well, it doesn't seem to have awakened them. Psilocybe phosphorus. Recognizable by its phosphorescent dress, with its lightning growth capacity, it is able to grow in a... Interesting. Maybe I should gather some of these. Hope the police will not catch me with these shrooms. This door can be unlocked from the other side. I can still picture the fishermen landing their daily catch of crabs and fish. Happy to see some boats were spared by these mad cultists. This door requires electricity. Someone stole the circuit breaker. Left, right, straight ahead, l'écran. You are facing the lighthouse named L'écran, a veritable directional beacon for the sailors of the coast of St. It is only in 1988 that L'écran was put in service again, welcoming a hydraulic generator that supplies the village. It's like someone just came for this but these things were not here before the attack. Apparently, multiple people were working here. Why did you have to be so grim? Because of recent events, a lot of circuit breakers were stolen from the electrical gates. While we wait to receive more, we keep the last one inside the... In the meantime, don't hesitate to use the same one on different gates. A bit unexpected for a lighthouse. These cables go all the way to the ceiling. It's like they pushed everything to the side to make room for nothing. Looks like a lot of security for simple maintenance equipment.
need to fix these colored cables in the right order. From the depth of the sea, his anger spreads through our family. This sounds terrifying. Wondering what's that thing they mention all the time. Despite the mess the protesters left behind, you're still offering comfort, aren't you? They love leaving these tape boxes for their propaganda. Listen to us. Join the devote. Maybe I should listen to it.
Dear people of Saint-Exil, this message is for you.
This is one of the places of contemplation in St. It was vandalized just before everything went down.
I know our local authorities have been breaking their backs, picturing us as fools.
Franck, the 19th of March, 1967.
Listen to this nonsense.
Celine, the 30th of December, 1966.
Our actions
27 is a really young age to go.
of you. Once the day comes, those
You can't stop, can you?
who denied will finally see the truth with their eyes. The distant shall all be remembered. You are all invited to our next ceremony. This Friday, join us in the writing of birthday from the departed boat. Let's put the world to rights. It's the only way now.
One, two. 1, 2. That works? Okay. Damn machine. And I'm finally starting to understand what's going on here with the electricity. A priori, everything revolves around the lighthouse. I consulted many old newspapers, and the village gazette told me that St. Exil was very poorly served by electricity and regularly suffered severe power cuts. I knew that it was a very isolated village, which is what makes it so charming, but I hadn't thought of that. Half of the articles in the Gazette are devoted to the inhabitants who, tired of the cuts, ended up installing small wind turbines for their homes. The other half is about the lighthouse.
So, this is where the electricity of St. Exil is largely... The turbine shouldn't be too far.
And that's where it gets interesting. I read that the mayor of the village had installed underwater turbines connected to the building, which are capable of producing electricity thanks to the movement of the sea. This has enabled the village to gain autonomy and to overcome the failures of the
It automatically locked the doors behind me.
general electrical network.
The valve is missing here.
Anyway, I think it would be worth going to take a look at the lighthouse. Because if the turbine system is damaged, it could explain why some electrical equipment is out of order while others are still working.
Someone left. Franck is so fed up that we keep. Can someone change that back to the inauguration date?
I'll tell you what I found.
So, what is your code, Frank? All right. Watchtower schedule and system. The entire workforce is listed on the. Could anyone pick up Frank's shifts for the upcoming weeks? Nicholas? That's probably where the town's additional current is monitored. It's a bit much for just a common lighthouse. I can probably restart the system from here once the pressure is fixed. So, they had to make space. They do not seem to belong. Good thing nobody can find them here. It's completely dark in here.
Fourth day that I'm stuck. I'm not gonna make it here. They terrify me. I don't know what to do. They hunt me like an animal.
Local police apparently suspect the cult has started kidnapping. It is indeed curious so many people would disappear without leaving it. Their last ritual site is located near the lighthouse, at the Point des Mael. Might be worth checking out.
There is nothing human about them. They come out of nowhere without you expecting it and materialize in a kind of
Should work better with that on.
elusive black vapor. And I can't do anything against them. I don't know how to fight them. I found a weapon, but I'm struggling to use it, and I'm always out of bullets. There's even more of them at night. They swarm like cockroaches. I have to shut myself up at home as soon as night falls. And they prevent me from leaving this cursed village, Pierre. As soon as I try to leave St. Axel, they arrive by the thousands and they get me. If they catch me, I wake up in my bed and it's been hours, maybe even a whole day. I'm their prisoner.
Documents on this desk look much more confidential than the previous ones. This place appears to be a government cell dedicated to recording underwater sound activity off the village. And this has been going on for a while. But I don't see what they're trying to find. They appear to be studying something at the bottom of the sea that is moving at precise coordinates. On April 17th, 1991, they recorded a signal which they define as organic. The signal was recorded on a cassette to be sent urgently to the DGSE because this would jeopardize the military security of the country. But one of the lighthouse maintenance staff apparently stole the tape. They quickly managed to identify him and where he lives. Wait, this is my house.
4th day that I'm stuck. I would like to tell you about the bracelet you gave me right after we arrived here. You found that gem on the beach and crafted it into this beautiful piece of jewelry. You told me that you felt that this pebble had something special, that it radiated. Well, you were right, you know? He protects me from the monsters I told you about. If I smack it against the ground, it produces a shock. Wave that violently repels ghosts. Sometimes he can even dissolve them when they attack me. He is so strong that I decided to name him Rocky, since it's
I can still smell the perfume of stamps and papers.
a rock.
But no one will come to pick up the mail tonight.
But Rocky is also a sensitive guy, you know? He doesn't like explosive noises.
Why did they have to? It's my favorite event. Pierre, where are you?
If I shoot a gun in his ear, he can even start a thunderstorm. At that moment, I feel transported to another reality, to another time. Once calm returns, I have the impression that it only lasted a few seconds, whereas about 15 minutes had actually passed. Better to use it sparingly. Sometimes I feel like he's almost alive. He gets lazy at the end of the day, especially if I made him work a lot. But, hey,
I have to wait a bit for the gem to recharge.
nothing a good night's sleep can't fix. Anyway, all that to say that
Long time no see, Boisseau's Park.
he reminds me a bit of you. It's
Ahead, right, viewpoint.
probably silly, but I feel like you're watching over me through him. And that helps me hold on.
I am the repairman in charge of fixing. I've linked it to one of the small wind generators we have. Only issue is that while I was fixing it, one of those freaking birds stole the key from my van. If you find them, please bring them to my office. Beach access and renovation. Let's take a walk. Just you and me. I could not finish fixing this fence because the damn bird stole my van's key. Where all my tools? I've been trying to get them back, but it's nested high up. If you manage to get my keys back, please call me at the number written on my truck, Mr. Levins. I'm going to need something to break those. I feel that the wind turbine is going to need a little help from me to launch. Sweet! It was enough to start the turbine! Park mausoleums were not spared by the cult. They are a real scourge for this village. Amongst birds living in the park, you will find the Corvus picatrix. They keep their precious loot inside their beak, which makes it really hard to get. To prevent such situations, scarecrows were installed by local farmers. That will teach you to look at me sideways. Take that!
Nothing. There! We told you stealing was bad. Now, I only need to find the truck. The soldiers were perfectly organized. We had almost zero chance of escaping, like sheep in the dark. I loved that statue. Well, before the cult vandalized it. Probably not an organized accident.
Hello, Mr. Levant. I'm calling you because I have, again,
Completely locked.
a problem with the digital code that you installed last year. As I can't see very well at night, I asked you to make each key sound different. But for a few days when I entered the code you gave me, 2 keys no longer make noise. Listen! Could you contact me when you get my message? This is becoming a real problem for me.
Stay on the floor. I love the atmosphere. Too bad this is now linked to where my nightmare started. Now that the town's current is better, I can access the house's attic again. I almost never set foot in here. Wow, a projector. What is it doing down here? What? What is that? Wait, isn't it exactly the same gem Where did he find it? He was apparently willing to ship it to be analyzed? Let's shed some light on this.
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, at least I hope. My name is Matthew Banks, and I started this work about a year ago. As stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're onto me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left the tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor, which was the reason our interest was piqued by St. Exel in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of St. Exel is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently, some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
Passports? Money from different countries? Oh. And there's also, he was planning on leaving. Just wasn't sure when.
If you're listening to this, you are...
What is this folder? I'll study that during the night. A bit of reading always helps.
Probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, at least... In 1977, an ultra-low frequency sound was picked up by scientists south of the Atlantic Ocean. But no one succeeded in many areas. The life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Local studies tend to show that nature has adopted an abnormal behavior. Some species started proliferating more than before, while others suffered the opposite effect. Some animals became aggressive towards humans, and some bird species completely migrated and left the region for good. We've also seen a lot of upheaval in the behavior. Infiltrating the cell in the heart of the lighthouse made me realize that the
Hola.
My lava lamp. Pierre probably hid it here. Poor guy never understood anything about home decor. This van is locked good. This suit. I was in the attic with him when everybody disappeared. I remember wearing it, but we just had one. I thought it was lost since... I love that music. Nothing. Honey, I've got to... You will win something I'm sure will bring back good memories. Next time, you'll take the bus. Damn it. come on. Come on. Take that, Pierre. Oh? I heard a sound behind the arcade. Damn, you always know how to surprise me. Nah, maybe later. His voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach. This tape recorder is helpful during late nights. Don't judge me, Pierre. It's my only way to hear a human voice now.
I finished reading the documents Matthew Banks had left for his replacement, who never came. Matthew apparently needed to join the lighthouse maintenance team to gain access to the Rorqual cell. To achieve this, he was forced to make a deal. The sect could help him get hired quickly, but in exchange, Matthew would have to pass on the information obtained once there. He didn't know why the cult was interested in all this, but he needed them, so he agreed in order to continue his investigation. Matthew knew that the Rorqual cell used a specific radio frequency to communicate with the outside. Just before his departure, he discovered that the cell could no longer connect to this very frequency. The radio worked well, but the signal of this wave was scrambled, which prevented transmission. It looked like sabotage, but who was behind it all? A member of the lighthouse team? Another spy? Only one thing was clear to him. If someone had wanted to disturb this...
I could attach this laser to my gun, see if that makes me more precise.
signal, he would have gone through the big antenna of St. Exel. I have already spotted it in the past. It is on the quays towards the beach. I just have to go there. I'm sure it's this giant blue rock under the house that must be responsible for our bubble that protects and keeps monsters away from our home. The crate of rocks came with a bunch of analysis papers that probably had to be shipped with the set. I don't understand all this paperwork, but these rocks seem to have totally unexpected properties. I don't know if there is any connection between the monsters in this rock, and why it would have an effect on them and not me. I can't take this dream anymore. I wake up in this dusty tunnel-shaped cave. It is essentially made up of some kind of light-absorbing rocks, like the ones the insides of a planet would create. I go through this hallway and come across the ghosts that haunt me. But this time they don't try to catch me. There are also military and scientific equipment. I can't tell if they are studying or planning to attack something. A sheet of heavy smoke waits for me at the end, and it's too thick to see behind, and I'm attracted like a moth is to light. The closer I get to the exit, the more I hear ringing, until I realize it's my alarm, and I wake up like nothing happened, and at the same exact hour as usual, 8 a.m. If somebody finds this journal, gone nuts apparently. Do what you want with that information, or shove it somewhere warm.
The beach. Here we go. I think I found the antenna. Nothing. Perfect. This gas pump is probably older than afraid of no boat anymore, are you? You are the one I'm looking for.
Tu m'avais manqué.
Exhibition of original moonstone furniture. No storm will be able to bring down such an antenna. Not too professionally closed, the way I like them. What happens if I remove this circuit breaker? gotta be kidding me. There's no way in hell. I'll turn into an ice block if I stay like that. I need to get warmer clothes at the house. Fast. You want me to serve you a refreshing perfection. Is that it? I am a living experiment on sugar. We all, outwardly it seems, well, this restaurant wasn't one of them. The food there was atrocious. A note from the local, obviously they spent their time stealing the shellfish from traps. There is a lot of other information that could be useful to me. I'll write that down. If only the kitchen... Pierre really wanted us to eat here. I would give anything to have these moments with him now. They left a message. I'm going to be curious. When the new owner bought, they decided to keep... This stone is very sensitive to light and shines brightly when exposed to daylight.
Honey, it's me.
I am gonna need a key for this one.
I did something stupid. Again. I dropped the key to the restaurant in the gutter in front of the post office.
That's what was making all the noise upstairs. Why is this furniture moving by itself? Am I going crazy?
And I can't get it back. I know you have a lot of work with the ending exhibition, but as soon as it's over, can you open to artisan?
This secretary has a full moonstone connected to its... This piece of furniture is only on keeping your precious possessions safe from thieves at night. Damn you, George.
I don't understand why so many people are attracted by a stupid secretary that unlocks with the help of light. Our superb cooking skills should be enough for them. In any case, before they start their work, don't forget to store our most important items in this secretary. We'll just have to remember to put them away before reopening the exhibition. And most importantly, don't forget to put inside what the Dereau gave us to access their garden. Sorry to be your super mega burden. Love ya.
Yes! The light has touched the secretary. It's probably unlocked now. Dereau's house key. That's a big one. Probably a gate or something nearby. I can feel the humidity on the... Explains the... Luckily, some light seeps through these boards, so I can see something.
belle? Moi je t'aime.
It's like we instantly changed the season, but not for the better. I really need to get back home. I really need to get back home. I really need to get back home. Damn, I can't use the door because of the snow. I've never seen St. Exo under this amount of snow. Find the positives, Elise. That's good. I left my clothes in one of the cabinets in the hall. I knew I had you somewhere. Who cares? That circuit breaker inside the antenna. The cult was stealing them. They probably had tons of them. I'm sure it was what was blocking the submarine's communication. The sect seems to know more than what Matthew imagined. He thought the devotees met at the Assumption Church. I will try my luck there. I hate it when it happens. Double bad luck. I'm going to push that plank. Ingeniosity is the key. Ahead, right, viewpoint. The keys were a place of the particularly intense following the drop in activity. This fishing port was converted. It is always possible at low tide to find fishing traps with shellfish in them. An anti-cult. I'll speak out again. This sect seems to have been terrorizing the people of St. Exel for too long. This bridge needs a lever to unlock it. This trap doesn't look, but this one's empty. How shellfish are they? I should keep an eye on the time. bridge could do with a nudge. It won't open from this side. This portal only works when the tide is low. You are in front of the ingenious Fisherman's Gate. The gate is now only used to close at the press of... This gate has the particularity of being self-powered and only works during low tide. Warning, floating pontoon follows the movement of the tide.
Tu es pour cela, nuit.
Wow. It's completely surreal to see this submarine here. I'm gonna need you. I saw this submarine on a board in my base. It is the French submarine of the Rockwell Surf. It arrived on this beach completely destroyed. Why? The submarine was tracking something. Did this thing attack it? Something else could be residing at the bottom of the sea? Another submarine? If ever the washing machine breaks down, I know where Pierre can do my laundry. I might need you. The quays were built by the Dereau family to facilitate the management of water from the White Manor. A path leading to it has also been developed. Shrimp fishing guide. A fisherman must have... Some of these tips could be useful. You can still see a cog was removed here. Another mission for Elise the Fixer. My path is just behind this gate. I need to get this thing working again. Oh my god, it's working! The church is close now. Nothing. George's Museum. Local museum. Exceptional summer event. Meet No-No the robot and take part in his treasure hunt. I don't see much. Let's walk with caution. I have a feeling that we can win gifts and they arrive right in this vase. 1990. And always up to new challenges, the museum is located facing the power supply issues of St. Exel. George electrically autonomized his museum. So you're Nico the robot. You don't seem super friendly for something made to amuse kids. Still, he and the museum look shut down for now. I think I'm going to need a lever. George, with the momentary storm, your windmill system went into safe. I wanted to reactivate it. In the meantime, the museum will remain in the dark. So, the wind turbines providing him with power stopped working. I wonder where they are. Tree cycle. At least, it probably means you were facing modern art. George seems to have a particular skill for turning anything into art?
Pierre? This is going to sound ridiculous, but I needed to talk to you, so here I am. I know it's not a phone, and you're not on the other side, but I make do with what I have. The evenings are long without you, and I miss our discussions. I'm locked up because of the monsters, so
I always forget to drink.
To find something to take care of. You'll never believe me, but I've discovered a new passion, making bullets for my pistol. It has become my comforting little evening ritual. And then I read newspapers or documents that I found. I try by all means to discover information that would allow me to understand what is happening here. When I can't sleep, I sort my tapes and listen to your songs again. This is by far my favorite time of the day. Well, it's already very late, and I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Sweet dreams. Since I deactivated the jammer on the keys of St. Exel, the fountains react sort of like portals, allowing me to see the village under the snow, as if I was switching over several months later and rediscovering everything in another season. When I approach Rocky from the fountain, the water gradually begins to light up. If the pebble comes into contact, everything changes immediately. I can literally change the weather in St. Exel on command. I read somewhere that the fountains were
Completely locked.
built a very long time ago, and that their source is the same groundwater deep under the village. That doesn't explain to me why it does that. But I prefer to warn you. Do you think there would be the same type of rock under the village directly? The only downside to all this is that triggering the storm using the rock doesn't work if it's snowing. And well, it's super cold too.
They didn't forget to leave their little gifts everywhere.
Residents of
This house no longer serves as a vicarage. If the devotees deteriorated his... I'm on the right track.
Saint-Exil, I observe you, and I see great suffering in you. You are deeply sad, and yet you persist in not wanting to acknowledge it. The situation here has been deteriorating for years, and no one has come up with solutions to your problems. No one wants to face it, but our village is sick at heart. Here and there, some think that a curse has befallen our land.
Let's try to push it now.
Well, these people were right.
Now the system should be unlocked.
Exil is not just a village. This place has a soul. If you've lived here long enough, you've definitely felt it shining through its walls, trees, and cobblestones. At least you could feel it. Something has changed, and it has for too long. A dark and silent poison proliferates in the veins formed by our alleys and ends up washing up at the foot of our doors, contaminating us a little more each day. Saint-Exil is not just a village, and its creation is no accident. The ancients never doubted it. Someone, or rather something, greater than us, decided to gather us here a long time ago. He made us build this village, and
Way more welcoming. Special event. 7 puzzles, small and big prizes for the most curious. That's tempting.
for his benevolence. Some of us honor him for that. It is the same entity which today has decided to call you to order and punish you. Unlike you, I never doubted its existence.
There's even a tape.
Its great power. It chose me to guide you, like a shepherd, bathed in the light of his wisdom. Join us, so that this nightmare finally ends. From now on, you are aware and cannot go back. If you don't bend to his will, you'll end up paying for it. Only one possible solution is offered to you. Obey!
Can't break that with my bare hands. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you are on one of the highest points. The Assumption Church was built against the edge of this cliff. This panorama has become an emblematic place for those who like to observe the flora and wildlife of the region. Wow, I finally got there. St. Exil Church. Let's find what this church has in store for me. This smell of dust and candles. Storage room. This setup, they probably did it. Okay, have some courage, Elise. completely locked. Transept. Tomb of Father Rouault, abbot who watched over the population of St. He distinguished himself in particular by his taste for religious. The large library of the Assumption Church is in his image. Can't do that now. Cemetery. It has been condemned by the sect. Shit. What are they doing here? I'm not sure I really want to know. I could never open that one. The Angel and Unknown. This statue is incredible. Organ and bell tower.
My friends, everything has been revealed to me. I understand why the most basic things, like having babies, has been taken from us. Our divinity, that required so much sacrifice, is still not content. The village kids have had it easy for too long. They need to share our burden. It talked to me and asked to surrender them to its will. Generations have forgotten how this village was built. It is time for a history lesson. We placed statues to display each person we sent to see. In their anonymity, they remind us of the road still to be endured. But be reassured, my devotees, this road is coming to an end. I found a way to communicate with our protector. It has chosen me as its vessel and talked to me so many times. I will finally be able to answer. A few of us were meeting secretly in preparation for our next and last action. It will all be revealed to you tonight after the festivities. Do not enter the crypt yet. I have the answers you have all been looking for.
This staging was prepared while the population of St. X. I dare to imagine the trauma of people if they had been exposed to this.
We'll remove this poison from our life.
Vegetable garden and scriptorium. This door can be unlocked from the other side. This letter fell to the ground when the devotees wreaked havoc. I would like to warn that with the escalation of tensions with the sect, well, you saw that one coming for sure. It must have taken a lot of time. A lot of struggling souls probably joined the devotees over time. A sheet is hidden under this pile of... Father, I have heard noise. Isn't the crypt supposed to be unlocked only once a year? The door is locked up tight when I want to access it. Interesting. This book traces the entire... I'll take it with me for my bedtime reading. This church seems to hide a lot of secrets from me. It was created in honor of the people who... Looking more closely at the cross, one has the impression that some parts can be interlocked on the sides. The annual high mass is still maintained. Like previous years, the sect had chosen the right place and the right time to strike a blow. Tomb of the Dereau family. The fishing activity was so important that they thus were the first informed of the contents of the merchant's cargoes in St. Exel. An envied position. St. Exel also has its little jokers who come to tag everything they find. Cemetery. It has been condemned by the sect. I could move faster, but with these ghosts on the road, I really wouldn't be discreet. Excellent. Excellent. There are no bad moments to officialize a bond. Bulletin from the city of St. Exel. The structure has been weakened and water. The town will start the repairs soon, so they can avoid. Doesn't look like they had time. Planks removed. This should weaken this son of a brick. I see. The crazy taggers have made another victim. Never betrayed by our... I only took a few writing lessons, so I'm going to have to disagree. Tomb of the Duc de Bliard. He was in charge of defending St. Exel. The White Manor is one of the vestiges of this family, who still live in the region. An ingenious system initially developed for its moats made it possible to send water to different parts of the village. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. Vegetable garden and scriptorium.
Tu m'avais manqué.
This is where I have to make him swallow special coins. Too bad I don't have any. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge. I have to wait a bit for the gym to recharge.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Certainly not done with the place. It was really soporific, but I managed to finish the book found in the church. There is a lot of information about this place and the village in general. It's sad, but it wasn't such a bad evening in comparison. If we go back many centuries, St. Exel experienced a much more sumptuous period. Originally, this village was only a small fishing hamlet by the sea, but it was located on the only road between two larger villages on the coast. It is with the cooperation of four great figures that the village developed and experienced its greatest activity: the Vignaux, who ensured the agricultural activity of the village; the Dereau family, who were dedicated to fishing activities; the Duc de Bliard, who ensured the defense of the village with his soldiers; and finally, the Abbot Royaux, in charge of the spirituality through its church. Thanks to the progress brought by this collaboration, St. Exel had been able to develop for 100 I have to go to this crypt. I feel that I am close to my goal. Years. But, sadly, during the following centuries, the village did not know the destiny that we imagined, and this prosperity turned into a distant memory. In remembrance of this period, which still resonates until today, these personalities were honored with the presence of a tomb that are located in the narthex and in the transept of the church. They also built a cross at the end of the Assumption Church that is a receptacle for 4 plates, each illustrating one of the families. Once a year, these plaques are gathered and placed on the cross to allow the inhabitants of St. Exil to have a moment of commemoration for its history and its ancestors. While I was crossing the church to reach the altar, I noticed light coming from an inaccessible room located just below. It's probably a kind of forbidden crypt, but then why would there be light inside? Considering the police are looking for cult members, this would be a perfect place for them to regroup in total secrecy. There's a procedure to follow to unlock the crypt's access, but it's going to be complicated. The door lock is linked to a mechanism inside the memorial cross. If I place 4 commemorative plates, the cross will unlock the door automatically. Well, supposedly, at least. Right now, only one of the 4 plates is inserted on this cross. The one honoring the Duc de Bliard. The others are scattered in various places in St. Exil. I have to go to the church to learn a little more about the other plates. They seem to be commemorating specific
This key will allow me to explore the church a little more. I've seen the same kind of lock around.
families whose tombs are in.
I have nothing to put on that cross now.
The church itself. My investigation is turning into a treasure hunt. How great. Last note. Based on the documents, the key that unlocks most of the doors in the church is hidden at the heart of the cross, and I can already access it.
Vegetable garden and scriptorium. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. Exponential growth. Do not touch with your hands. Can induce dreamlike experiences. Note for the ornithologist, we are happy to lend you a corner of the garden. Your birds seem to go completely crazy inside their cages. I've taken it upon myself to release them. The ornithologist observed the behavior of the birds in contact with these weird rocks. A lot of activity but it quickly became dismal once the monks had left. It must have taken a hell of... I wonder if they spent more time chopping wood or reading. Woodcutter monks.
cabbage? Let's find you a place back on that cross. Organ and bell tower. Cloister. Storage room. Hello, Francois. I heard the cult vandalized your property. Glad the storage room is useful to someone. P.S. Regarding the flower house garden door, the mayor gave me the handle they used to unlock it. During the night from Saturday to Sunday, the property of the presbytery, given the amount of the damage, the town of St. Exel made the flower. They probably wanted to intimidate him. Or to keep him quiet.
Tu es mon seul ami.
I don't have enough of this ammo. All right. The flower house once belonged to the Vignaux family. The basement illustrating the former activities of the family an ingenious controllable water supply system of the White Manor made it possible to supply the property if necessary.
Did I ever tell you about the sea columns? It's the only thing I like about this hell. If you could see them, you would love them too. These are huge columns of water that start from the sea and rise slowly towards the sky, to infinity. They exude a feeling of quiet strength.
I swear, officer, it's not a break-in. The back door was open.
Serene power. They carry with them rocks, which gravitate alongside them throughout their ascent.
Nothing.
I don't know how to describe it, but I feel almost calm looking at them. Still, I don't think we should be fooled by their placid appearance. Inside, thunder and flashes rage silently, reminding us that they are inhabited by a formidable energy. Moreover, they also emit strange and deaf noises, like an animal cry or a complaint. Anyway, I'm not the only one to be fascinated by this show. Birds and seagulls are attracted to these.
Someone left a tape. Journaling is not just for grown-ups.
They're raised by the hundreds.
Dad, science, we are moving again. The electrician came to change the old digit code.
I have never seen a ship like this.
To the basement. Because you weren't there, he asked me for a code, and I want to play a game. You never play with me, so now you will have to find the answer all by yourself. It's a 4-digit code. The first is the hour on the living room clock, the one you never replaced the batteries for. Then I've put the minute. And then I've put the number of boat sails in the house. Have fun!
I like the colors of this boat. Ran out of battery a long time ago. Makes this whole house seem stuck in time. I would like to be very small and climb in it. Yar! Plate is right there, just in front of me. If the water level was higher, I could probably pass through.
Moi je t'aime.
Excellent. have enough of this ammo. You are near one of the entrances to the White Manor. This path is directly connected to its water system. The Duc de Bliard built its various accesses to defend St. Exel from potential. Ultimately never used, over time it ended up a piece of decoration. The mechanism seems to be stuck because of the low temperatures. I can't push it. I have to wait a bit for the gem to recharge. I have to wait a bit for the gem to recharge. I have to wait a bit for the gem to recharge. I know that Heritage Day, the manager of the... He must surely keep the key safe there. I'll let you see that with him. Regards. The artificial canal in front of you finds its source at the White Manor. The fresh water that came in abundantly made it easier to clean fishing, as the winter cold can freeze the water, and the city built a system to control how much water arrives here at the White Manor. use the wheel while the machinery is still in operation. In front of you is the moat system devised by the Duc de Bliard. This system has undergone some modernization over time. Through a rather elaborate logic, the moat can direct its water to supply the Assumption Church. Even if this system has some electrical assistance to facilitate its use, the operation of the system remains fairly basic. In front of you is the moat system devised by the Duc de Bliard. Even if this system has some electrical assistance to facilitate its use, the wheel won't budge in this weather. Can't use the wheel while the machinery is still in operation. Locked. The de Bliard family made their own. That's not very common in the area. I wonder if it's good. I should keep an eye on the time. Hey, beauty. There is a cross at the church waiting for you. Hey, beauty. There is a cross at the church waiting for you. I don't have enough of this ammo.
운영체제. Bugas.
This again. These cabinets, they record signals coming from the sea. What were they trying to listen to? I recognize this enter coordinates. What coordinates? These signals they receive, are they talking? Is it even for us? What are you doing here? Is that a message for them? Are they using these antennas? I had almost forgotten that dream.
This is very weird, Pierre. I found some ultra-bright and colorful sphere in this village. When I approach it, I start feeling like I'm being transported to a totally surreal world, a blinding world, rather calm, in which the water can go up the waterfalls, like these columns of water. Have you seen them too? Compared to the daily grind, it's a rather pleasant world to sink in. It feels quite cold, though. In this dreamlike environment, I walk through Greek and Roman vestige, just like those we saw on our trips before moving to the coast. I have the feeling of being constantly exposed to things that we experienced in the past. It allows me to cling into many memories of our arrival in St. Exel, and all the events that took place before I was left alone here. Strangely, I have the feeling that time no longer passes when I find my... Am I starting to daydream? Am I totally... totally crazy, Pierre?
It was complicated, but we always knew you would end up in my hands. I don't have enough of this ammo.
Welcome to my very own George's workshop. With the participation of the municipality of Saint-Exile, we are organizing a great treasure hunt for youngs and less youngs. 7 of my famous puzzle tables are hidden at different locations in the village. If you succeed in solving one, you will win a token. Don't share the answer with the others. The first to get all the village tokens will have an incredible prize. Nico the robot is there to receive your tokens and reward you accordingly for each piece. Don't forget, there is only one rule to complete my trademarked Jaws table. Put the magnetic ball through the metal hoop. Good luck, and I hope to see you all very soon with Nico the robot. Robots, not suitable for children under 4 years old. Play with moderation.
are. I will finally find out what this crypt is hiding from me. Crypt. The desecrations of tombs and vaults. Everything was true. Badges and clothing stolen from Lacren. The devotees planned to strike a blow and take control of the lighthouse. At the same exact moment, people discovered their sordid staging in the church.
Remember that if you are here with me tonight, it's because it has chosen you too, my most devoted. We have been preparing for months. The direction of our destiny will finally shift. We've done everything the Protector wanted us to do. We offered it the bodies of all those who wronged it. Each family, through generations, has repaid its debt. Their children's turn has come.
This music sheet must be important if she hid it here. It must allow access to information that she kept preciously for herself. Yes, to complete such maps, she most likely found a high vantage point.
Tomorrow, and that's a promise, we will finally be able to get in touch with it. Many people will stand in our way, but their efforts will be in vain. Once the village feast is over, when people will discover our messages in the church, we will infiltrate the lighthouse and take over the basement. We know that the Roc Elseware has equipment to send the message, and we will use it to contact our divinity. Patrick, you will block the front door of the lighthouse so that no one can get out. Hélène, you will help me in the basement. As for the others...
I understand why the town stopped ordering these. Know what? I will help myself. Generously.
You will take care of sending our new offerings.
They still had some gas in the tank. They were not ready to stop anytime soon.
The information that you stole from the ornithologist at the top of the bell tower was decisive. He thought he understood the world by observing the air, without knowing that the truth was hiding at the bottom of our sea. These observations and the offerings we made from the beaches of Saint-Exil allowed me to know where the entity was waiting for us to contact it. Doubt may cross your minds this last night, but be reassured. All our spiritual pains are also our chances of redeeming ourselves. We have reached the point of no return. Tomorrow...
Organ and bell tower.
...is our big day. Rest and meet me near the lighthouse at 11 a.m.
Too many people have access to the... Since I'm the only one who knows about music, well, I'm going to need to learn the organ to continue upstairs. If I'm good enough, I'll make a duet with Pierre. The atmosphere is incredible. bell is gigantic, but this one won't bring chocolate eggs for Easter anymore. This ornithologist had the courage to go upstairs Either you're committed, or really hope to find answers to my questions. No doubt, there was an ornithologist here. Compilation. This document is heavy. It will take me some time to study it. Please bring me some answers. He also left me some... That's the sea depth of the village's surroundings. There are most likely no better places to study birds and nature. This chair is completely torn up. You spent a lot of time here, didn't you? Pages seem to have been torn out of these documents. She must have found a place to send the signal and kept it to herself. I will probably be able to sort through the tapes the spy stole and find out if the lighthouse had any luck recording this thing underwater. With these maps, it will give me the right spot to send that signal. But I need to read through this all first.
documents I found at the top of the bell tower are incredible. It's clear now that the whole cult thing is based on the observations of a very talented ornithologist. This person knew a lot about nature and how to monitor changes happening throughout the region. He made precise observations regarding birds' behavior, and apparently, the tide changed its rhythm? It became unregular and seems to get further and further from its synchronicity with the moon. He also
It's probably dry now.
mentioned the fountain's water. Apparently it comes from a very deep source under the ground. He believes the water touches these blue rocks that are responsible for what's happening here. His theory is that something made these rocks resurface because of mining.
I need to find the right coordinates. Decrypting tapes could help me track this underwater thing.
Happening under the sea? He installed something to stop the water in case it was dangerous for the population. But the snow probably broke it, and that's why it's back. I also found different maps regarding the sea depth at large of St. Exel. He was particularly interested by 3 wide cavities.
In many areas, the life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply. In many areas, the life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply in recent years. In many areas, the life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply in recent.
Let's listen to what the Rorqual cell recorded at the coordinates found by the ornithologist. I'm sure it's just a big fish. A fisherman? Not really interesting. Gotcha. One location down.
diving below 350 meters. Transmission H23, 75th day in immersion. The laser is finally operational.
Found you damn submarine.
We sent the first pulse burst at 85 joules minus 1 day. We are getting closer to the residual reflection located above the layer of the whales, the deepest point of the perimeter. Awaiting confirmation before diving below 350 meters. Transmission H23, 75th day in immersion. The laser is finally operational following the repairs. We sent the first pulse burst at 85 joules minus 1 day. We are getting closer to the residual reflection located above the layer of the whales, the deepest point of the perimeter. Awaiting confirmation before diving below 350 meters. Transmission H23, 75th day in immersion. The laser is finally...
Okay, so you were there too.
Transmission 1043, 82nd day. We are still waiting for the return of the analysis probe after the loss of signal 3 days ago now. The non-military personnel in the building seems agitated. The radiation level is back below the threshold value, but a dive below the 400-meter mark still does not seem recommended. At our level, we confirmed that the residual image has changed coordinates. The ghost ship will soon be within range. Awaiting your orders.
Dolphins! But that doesn't help me much. Three coordinates validated. That should help me pinpoint the location. Let's use these maps on the projector now. I have all the points now. Let's try to make one of these maps fit. That's it! The first coordinate is when they approached the area and detected something with their instruments. Then, they circled around the ghost ship and sent out a probe which never returned. Last recording was when they decided to go deeper. And something went very wrong. Poor bastards. Let's send a signal over there and see what's under the sea. To the lighthouse.
So, I have to send a signal to something? To someplace unknown? Doesn't sound too scientific, Elise. Let's hope I don't end up like a submarine. Just doing the same shit the cult did? What have I done? .42. It's the exact time of the attack. Did I fix it? I could use a good shower, when this feeling of being observed will stop. They're all back? Pierre! my sky was torn forever, I realized life would never be the same again. And I couldn't bear this alone anymore.